you're having trouble breathing.
Yeah, whether it's
and you're having supportive care with IV fluids. And what we're trying to do plus.
And when it's a virus, you don't have Legionnaire's disease. That can be very, very treatable if caught early. You just treat it with antibiotics, right? So Legionnaire's disease is caused by life-threatening antibiotics because it's a bacteria.
And part of what we're doing today is that's not a good thing. That's when it's time to get it checked out. And you all
wouldn't go out without a seatbelt. You wouldn't walk.
There was so much panic. And I do.
Things to watch out for are these severe things, severe fevers. Just like you said, when you talk about neurologic symptoms, people don't understand, but like a severe onset of headache or stiffness, what we're talking about is these things progressing to like meningitis or encephalitis, things like that.
Of that area. Encephalitis is inflammation of the brain itself. And so, in the end, the best thing you can do at home, Nile virus was a scare, but it did not become truly debilitating. Thank you so very much, Dr. Detian. And really quickly, people may...
Detian said, DEET, and even when it's hot, of course you want to wear short sleeves, but you still, if you can wear long sleeves of lighter fabric, that's much, much better. Again, your mosquito repellent, huge, huge factor.
But sitting in your yard, prevention in the end.
Well, I wouldn't worry if you did it, but I still wouldn't, like, dip it in something and then
I agree.
I wouldn't share a toothpick either.
Exactly.
Yuck.
And there's no such thing as a... So let's say, and or you've got the toothpick and it jams into your hand or jams into your foot.
I could start an infection.
How sharp
What did I do?
Not my finger.
Dermatologist here, what are the most contagious things that you, most surprisingly contagious things that you've seen?
You know, something that
Actually, I see a lot because a lot of women will
that's
get it,
right.
you know, genitally. It's not
Absolutely.
necessarily an STD, even though a lot of people think it is. But as a gynecologist, I'll see those wart-type things.
Yes, it's funguses, swimmer, that kind of thing. Or if you're really wearing very tight, occlusive footwear.
Brad at rest for an ear infection from his buddy's
I mean, that's a
earbuds.
great question. I mean, who walking around? I'd give you a little shock therapy with this thing. But you know, Brad's called otitis externa.
Which is different than most kids' ear.
It's not so much just like sharing with your friends, you know, because it's so much fun to just like listen to people. They want you to listen to their music. It's more if you actually, if they had an infection and then you somehow nicked your ear, like with not, if the earbuds
Lisa,
were damaged.
if your friend has an ear looking like this,
Pretty easy to if you. It just, you know, oh, what's that little
Why
earwax dangling? I don't care if it infects me. It's nasty.
You just kind of wash it off
Headphones.
because it's like sharing. It's like
Well,
nice.
we can share music. We don't. Well, there was something.
and especially on one side.
On one side.
If we see that, that's sort of the red flag.
You see this thing? What is that? You come up here and help me take a look at his big nose. So we're gonna show everybody what was in your nose, all right? So you're gonna be my assistant.
We think of them as raw or undercooked meat, poultry, you know, like chicken. So it's kind of, when you hear about it in fruit, it's sort of like, what's going on?
Well, where there's manure to fertilize it, and maybe the manure is from animals that have salmonella bacteria, and then they get on the fruit itself, and then you get that beautiful cantaloupe, and there any other produce, spinach we've heard about before. It hangs out, it lives in larger quantities when you ingest it. About rehydrating with, you know, sodas and things of that nature.
And that's why in other
Otherwise, it can be
countries,
serious.
diarrhea is a common cause of mortality, especially infants and things like that.
With a decreased immune system, you're gonna have a higher risk of a severe case.
And that category includes pregnant
Women as well, yeah. Salmonella, probably because when they get a little sicker when they get...
So then you know more often that it's salmonella.
I mean, most adults, you get diarrhea, you don't even go to the doctor,
Right.
right?
Unless you're really,
unless you're really sick.
The only place I want to go when I have diarrhea is the pot.
Here's something we desperately want to go viral. We don't want to stop this. We want to spread it. We hope everybody catches the McAtee family's creative and contagious generosity. Take a look at this. The study concluded even thinking of giving boosts your immune system. So this is fantastic. We really want to encourage this. It goes full circle on paying it forward. So I want everyone to go out there and...
Viral thing.
I think so.
Well, today's show...